Welcome. This is one of the most exciting episodes we ever do in any given year. This is the Gear of the Year Awards. This is where we go through all the stuff that we have had our grubby little hands on in the last year and done reviews. And we're going to pick the best out of all of that in each of the categories. Let me see if I can get myself centered better. There we go. So the rules, if you're unfamiliar with the rules for the Gear of the Year awards, what we're doing is we're taking everything that we've had to do reviews, and we're grouping them in categories. Someone has got some serious background noise going on here. We're grouping them in categories. And then we're gonna talk it out. You know, most publications, they talk it out behind closed doors, and you don't get to wonder things like, are they just figuring out what brands paid them the most, and that's who they have to give the awards to? Like, no, there's none of that here. Believe me, I am willing to be bribed. Bring the bribes, okay? But we haven't received any, so this is all just. We're going to decide exactly in each of the categories who we think wins. And I should probably share with you the spreadsheet we're going to be working off of. Everyone knows I'm famous for my spreadsheets, right?
So, he does love the spreadsheets.
I love me some spreadsheets. So let me see if I can get that up on the screen. We may have some other people join us to talk a little bit. I added a new category this year. We're going to talk about that at the end. If you want to hear the new category, it's going to ruffle some feathers. I guarantee you there will be probably visibly on the screen when we talk about it, we will have ruffled feathers. So we're going to save that for later in the discussion. And let me see if I can share that second screen so you can all see. It's going to be small, so I'm going to have to, let me zoom in, and we'll have to scroll up and down and figure this out as we go. I wonder if we can move where we are here to make this a little easier. Oh, and guess who was dumb enough to cut his thumb earlier? So I got a bandage on it, and I use a thumb wheel. Like instead of a mouse, it's a trackball that I move with my thumb. It is exceedingly hard to deal with right now. I don't think that changes the size of it, does it? I think we're just as well being on the side. All right, we're going to get the Gear of the Year Awards text out of the way. We are not going to talk about recent reviews, upcoming reviews. We're not even going to do Guitarmageddon. I know that's going to drive off some of our loyal, faithful people here. I'll put Blue ATF up there. All right, Kevin's got his camera on, and Komar has it off. So we're going to switch it. We're going to cover Komar, who's not on camera. We're going to cover him up with the little banner down there.
You don't need to see me anyway.
Well, I mean, when you're not on camera, it doesn't matter. So
we'll take your word for it, buddy.
Nobody wants to look at me.
You know, it's not debatable. That's debatable. But you know, it's not debatable. Flat brim hats are for douchebags. That is absolutely true. We're not going to do Patch of the Week. We're not going to do Where in the World is Kevin. We're not even going to do like the generic This Week at Gear Report. This is just Gear of the Year Awards. And you can see a little bit of the data here. And honestly, we had kind of a light year in the firearms space. I spent most of my time doing guitar stuff and backpacking stuff, right? TJ got a new job, didn't publish as much as he had in previous years. We just had a lighter year, except for AJ, who stepped up and really got a bunch of stuff done for us. I invited AJ to be a part of the program to talk about some of the things that he reviewed, but he had dinner plans this evening and was just not available. So we're going to have to fake it. And here's our first winner, okay? If I did this correctly, and I suspect I might have, if I did this correctly, I scrolled through everything that we published since last year when we did the award show, and we only had one pistol. Like one handgun type pistol. If I messed that up and I missed any, please let me know. But I believe that
Did you get the one that was in the queue?
No, because it's still in the queue. The PSA compact dagger wins by default.
Wins by default.
And we got a few of them like that. There was one that well, you know what? I'm going to take that back. There's one in the queue. And what is it?
Oh, the untouchable baby.
Uh-huh. Do you think it's better than the compact dagger?
I've never shot a compact dagger because they never had them at any of the shows.
Yeah. So,
So
okay. So the ones in the queue, I do want to make this a bit of a competition. Okay. So, and this how this works, folks. We talk it out right here in front of you. So what's
because you remember we've been to a couple of PSA events and we wanted to like actually shoot one and they're like, yeah, we don't have it now.
So I'm pretty sure I've shot one at some point, but it's just like another Glock clone. So, you know, I mean, it's okay, but it's not anything, you know, that it didn't give me a chubby or anything. So let's see.
That's the rule of thumb. If it gives you a chubby, it's get you to the top of the list.
Oh, I feel bad because the Frontline 16 has
Right
been
there
in the
too.
queue ready, and I haven't gotten to that yet. So I'm scrolling through some different
What's up,
options.
Gary?
Oh, and then the Mepro M22 Reflex Red Dot probably should have gotten some consideration, but that one was actually submitted before the end of the year.
Yeah.
All right, I mismanaged my time. And
My
should have done this
publisher
a little
is
bit better. Yeah, so that's fine. We can still include them. I've opened the drafts here on the other screen. So let me see. I'm going to copy EA Gerson MC1911S Untouchable, and we're going to drop that in up here, and we'll take the PSA compact dagger and we'll drop it there. The Gerson got 4 gears. Let's see what the PSA got. Okay, it's not here. So we got to find it. There were 4 pages of reviews to potentially scroll through. So we're going to see what page that one was on. Here it is. We'll go ahead and open that to look at it. Man, the events for SHOT Show are really stacking up. So while I was looking for this, a message came in that about another event. We are going to be so busy this next week with events at SHOT Show. PSA Compact Dagger got 3 gears. The Gerson got 4 gears. That's out of a potential 5 gear total. So here we go. Gizzard Gary's there. We will see Chris from the 740 here shortly at SHOT Show. Looking forward to that. Thanks for being there, guys. I think we've got our first potential controversy. We're on the very first item, and we've already got a potential controversy. You know what that is? Is it okay to say, you know what, it was in the queue, but it didn't actually get published, but we're going to count it as if it did? I think we're going to do that. I think I am overturning. TJ, do you agree with that?
I agree with it.
So we had declared I keep clicking the wrong button.
I tried to get him in before everything, you know, but you know, listen, Jeff's a busy guy, everybody. He's got things to do.
All right. So
you know how it goes.
We almost had an upset with an uncontested victory by the PSA Compact Dagger. 3 out of 5 gears. You know, I feel a little, I was like, man, I feel a little weird about giving the gear of the year to something that got 3 out of 5. I feel better about the EA Gerson MC1911S Untouchable winning with a 4 out of 5 gears.
I think shoots like a full-size 9mm. It's fantastic.
That's cool. All right. What? Anything else you want to say about it? I clicked the wrong thing there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that did great. You saw I had. If you look at it, there's pictures. I had it in the pool when I was doing the. I had it in the pool when I was doing the pictures for the Meprolite and the Anderson. It was in there with me, so I guess it was underwater. I left it in the truck for a week, forgot about it. You know, I never dried it out or anything. It friggin' ran great. I shot all
All
kinds of
right.
weird 45 crap out of it because I had like a mixed bag. Like I didn't get anything from Global in 45. Everything was just stuff that I had randomly.
Okay, so here's our first winner from EAA, the Gerson MC 1911S Untouchable.
Untouchable.
The runaway winner in the pistol category for the Gear of the Year for the calendar year 2024, because that's when the review was done. We've had a publishing delay. I don't think
Delay.
that. Well, I mean, it's on me, right? I've been too busy doing other things.
Listen,
and
should have run the show
that.
up there. You could tell people whatever you want. It's your show.
It was done on time. It was done in time to be considered. I just didn't. I thought I was going to publish it yesterday, and then I ended up in bed all day with a migraine. So I apologize. I'm a weak person. That's what happened, right? I feel much better today.
All right, that's good.
But I lost 3 hours today getting a prescription for new glasses. I thought it was going to take like 45 minutes. Nope. Was that
affecting
your
migraines?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I thought that it'd been like 2.5 years since I got my prescription.
Like 5 years.
5.5 years. The doctor was like, "Why are you here?" I'm like, "What do you mean?"
I can't see you.
I thought you'd moved or something because we had a follow-up appointment last time. You never showed up. Like, well, I was busy. So, yeah, there's a theme here. Okay, moving on. In the AR pistol category, correct me if I'm wrong. If anyone saw an AR pistol that we reviewed within since the award show last year, I did not see it. I looked a couple times. I didn't see it. I believe that we have a forfeit in that category. We have nothing. So that's rare. We usually have multiple AR pistols each year. We didn't have any this year. Kevin, I can tell you're upset that there's not a silencer category here. And I want you to know that I thought about adding it, but we didn't get any silencers in this year. So
sad day.
I was like, I feel bad.
It's a sad day, isn't it?
We need to do better for 2025.
Yeah. We did actually agree to receive a few, and they just didn't show up. And I don't want to call out the brands on that because like the main brand that let us down in that regard are actually great people, and I really like them. But they had some personnel changes, and as a part of that, it fell through the cracks. They never showed up. So
it's always personnel changes.
Yeah, well, that's at least what I always blame it on. I believe the only full-size complete AR that we had, a complete AR rifle that we had, is the Anderson Manufacturing Frontline 16, which was submitted but has not been published. That's on me. It was submitted on time, but that was also a 4 out of 5 gears. So
that was good.
They will be quite pleased, I hope, to learn. They don't have to learn that it was, they were the only one in the category, so therefore they won.
It did well for an AR out of the box. It did great.
Yeah. That's good to hear.
Yeah, I think it was underwater and just I think the only thing that was bad or hair was just I got a little bit of surface rust on a few of the nuts, but I mean shit. It was in the pool. I left it outside. That was a me bad. All
right, we get to welcome Bullets for Bucks to the program. Thank you for joining us. I apologize if you waited down there for a while. I just happened to scroll down on the left and was like, oh, there's another person down there.
No, I was maybe 2 or 3 minutes, but I apologize. Hopefully my audio is not horrible because I pulled down all my normal like streaming stuff and packed it for SHOT Show already, and I didn't realize that until I was like, oh, I guess this is going to be – so I'm on my cell phone right now.
Yeah. Are you going to stream from SHOT Show at some point?
Probably not, but half my equipment I'm like going to use like some of the audio gear and then the laptop. Yeah, either way. So yeah, I like unplugged it from my webcams and all that audio stuff, and then I was like, I came down to jump on this, and I was like, oh, it's gonna take me. I got to figure something out here because I didn't want to unpack it all again. So
yeah, gotcha. So we've gone through 3 categories. We had a forfeit in the AR pistol category because we didn't have any that showed up to review in 2024. We only had 1 AR, a complete rifle, but we did have 1, 2. Is it just 2? I think we had 2 complete uppers that came in. So we're gonna have to do a little research on these because I don't think I published a single firearms related review last year. So I have to refresh. I was supposed to. I have one that I'm hoping to still get out before. Oh, you know what? That one, you know what? I'm gonna enter that in the category. I had to figure out what category is the Strybog 10 millimeter. What category should that go in? Because it's a roller delay, so it's
PCC?
not an AR.
Do you have a PCC count?
Well, I was going to say AR pistol, but it's not an AR. It's it is a pistol.
Pistol caliber, yeah, PCC range. If you have a
but I don't want to
category
put it in the like handgun pistol category because it's different, right? It's like a PDW. That's you know what? We're going to make a new category right now. The PDW.
You're going to watch it live. Watch it live here, folks.
This is how it works.
His spreadsheet magic. This is what he does.
Strybog 10 millimeter. There we go. Oops. I did that wrong. All right, we're going to take that out. We're going to put this here. And that is what? Grand Power? Is that the manufacturer?
Mm-hmm.
Grand Power. And that's one that I haven't got that written review published yet. I published a couple videos of shooting that. But yeah, I mean, it definitely needed mention because that sucker is a beast.
I love
but it shoots
I love the Strybogs.
really nice.
They're awesome.
Yeah. So I am thrilled with that one, and through some unfortunate scheduling, I didn't get that one published yet either. But okay, so that's good. So now we have 3 things where we've already got them done.
We figured out how this is how you win the Gear of the Year is you just wait till the last minute, throw it to Jeff, and then he can't publish it, and he just has to take your word for it.
If I haven't had time,
I figured out the matrix.
If I haven't had time, then I'm just going to bump it and say no. The Strybog came in plenty of time. I have plenty of time to do it. I've shot it enough. If I hadn't shot it enough, if I hadn't used it enough, I'd say, you know what, it'll have to be in consideration for later. So we have 4 out of 5 gears for the Aero Precision M4E1 from Caleb.
Right.
Oh, 4.5 out of 5. That's the highest rating Caleb's ever given an item. He may have done it once or twice before, but it's very irregular. But this is maybe not a total complete upper, but it's pretty darn close to it. So we're gonna group it in the same category here, I think. And I think that's how it's going to roll for these. For the ones where I wasn't involved, and no one here was involved when it happened, we're going to go with the gears rating.
There you go.
And there we go. We have another winner.
I would say the Roscoe would be above the Aero, anyways.
Yeah.
Your screen's about the size of a quarter on my phone here.
Oh, it is. Hard. Don't even try to look. You'll hurt your eyes. Yeah. It's gonna be hard. I mean, I got a 32-inch screen, and it's hard to see that stuff there.
Yeah, I do apologize for that, but
no, it's me. I normally have a laptop open here. So.
It would be small on a laptop.
All right.
So your rating, so how does this work exactly? I know that's a stupid question, but I haven't partaken in this before. So you're trying to rate these.
So by category, we've taken all of the, not every single product that was reviewed gets consideration, but the ones that did well enough get consideration or in appropriate categories. And we've got categories on the left that they're kind of fluid each year because we only consider products that we've had our hands on and produced a review on and given a gears rating. If it hadn't got a gears rating, it doesn't get consideration.
So category, or I should say, column B is your winners. Column C is your runner. Memorable.
Honorable
and then
Honorable mention.
okay,
And
and
then
then
the other columns, D, E, F, G, H, those are where we're storing the products in an unsorted fashion, so that we know what we're talking about.
We're not saying they're losers, but they're just they're there.
But they're not the winners.
all right.
All right. So I'm pretty sure I had to create a new category. I almost created a new category for one of these, and I was like, no, that ain't gonna work because we only have that one. All right, that's all the way to the end. So the other one, yes, that's on page 1, I believe. So
Jeff has probably 200 tabs open right now.
He
still can't figure it out.
There's about 75 tabs open on the other screen, but this one only has 3. Okay. So
the important tabs.
I feel bad that Ghost, when he submitted this one, the G-Force Arms LTAC Huckleberry 357 review, didn't he tell us they changed the name like right before he published it?
Yeah.
And he was like, screw it, I already made the graphic, and he just published it like that. We're gonna have to figure out what the new name of this is, so when we publish the award, we can have the current name of this particular firearm. But I almost created a lever gun category.
Firearm known as the Huckleberry.
Yeah, we've only got one, and then the AK category, because that's the other one we're looking at. This was
it's now known as a symbol.
What's that?
And it's now known as a symbol, right? Formerly known as.
Yeah, firearm formerly known as the Huckleberry is now. It's fine. You're good.
I don't remember what he said they changed it to, but this one, all right. So here's where we're going to have to talk a little bit. Both of these.
Let's talk. What do we got?
Both of these are like budget alternatives to much higher dollar firearms in their category. So with the G-Force Arms with their 357 lever gun, this is like the new tactical lever gun style. We saw those come out a year or two ago at SHOT. Who was it? Bond Arms or something came out with a tactical lever, and it was like everyone gasped when they saw it. It's like, oh, and I thought, what, do we not have these before? Because it just seems like why wouldn't we? It's just such a badass idea. But I'm not beating up Henry. Like I have a Henry lever gun in the gun room that I love. It's stainless steel model, and it is a beast of a lever gun. And I had a Rossi at one point that I got rid of because it had some reliability issues. So when you talk about a Henry, you expect it's just going to run, right? It's going to cycle. You're not going to have hang-ups. It's just going to work. And for that kind of reliability, you're paying a premium, right? You expect to. So when I look at this, the big question, and you guys remember when Ghost came on and talked about this a few weeks or a month ago or whenever, he basically said he got, he had 0 malfunctions with it, and he put several hundred rounds through it. And that's meaningful for a lever gun. My experience is, like the Rossi, I was told you got to put a couple hundred rounds through it to break the action in. I don't know if that should be the expectation or not, but 250 rounds, he said, that he put through it on this one and had no issues. So honestly, I'm kind of leaning this direction because it is a budget alternative to the very pricey lever guns that we see from other manufacturers. And it didn't have any issues in testing. So that's where I am right now. But the other rifle we're looking at, these are rifles, right? These are like we have an AR specific category, and then we have rifles. And I don't think we had a single bolt gun that we looked at this year. So these are the two that we're looking at in the rifle category. I almost I was like, oh, we should have an AK category, but we only got one AK in this year. So this way, at least we have some competition. But again, your top tier AKs are spendy. Like they are pricey. This PSA alternative, it is sitting in a similar budget range as this lever gun. So I feel like we're kind of in similar territory and we have similar gears ratings. So this one's getting tough. So
Coin toss time.
I'm warning you other guys, like Kevin, I appreciate you being there, making us increasing the handsome quotient of this broadcast.
I can't do it all the time, Kevin.
Right.
I'm trying to bring it up at least.
But I'm gonna.
20%.
It's tough.
I'm gonna put you guys on the spot here. So you're sitting there thinking this is the easiest show I've ever been on. I just have to sit here. I don't have to say anything. But I'm kind of stumped. Like I'm like, how do we move this one forward? So I need you guys to help chime in because not a single one of us here has was involved in this review. So we have the impossible task of making a rational decision who wins and who becomes first loser. I mean, honorable mention. Yeah, we're getting tricky here. I can tell you that both of these guys do pretty thorough reviews. Caleb really did a good job with the review on this. He put a lot of time and effort and tested, accuracy with different types of ammo, cycling and everything. This one had 0 QC issues, and he has put over 1,600 rounds through it versus 250 rounds on a lever gun. All right. Personally, I'm kind of being swayed the other direction now. Like, I still personally would buy the lever gun. I mean, I've got an AK, I've got a lever gun, but that just, the platform to me is more interesting. But 250 rounds with no issues versus 1,600 rounds with no issues with the same gears rating. I need feedback, guys.
AK.
You think? Why?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't shot either one, so this is just,
Ghost is in the chat.
not going on a lot. I think, he put a lot more rounds through it. It looks like he tested a bunch of different types of ammos.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like that gives you a little bit more validation to be in the top spot.
Yep, and he threw a good
hard
mixer
pressed to
ammo.
ever vote for an AK.
Just say that again, Komar.
On principle alone, I find it very difficult to ever vote for an AK.
Dude, that's the best part of this program is when we can make you uncomfortable and make you question your principles. Like, I want to challenge you to stand by your principles or not right here live, on the interwebs.
A buddy of mine was doing this tactical competition thing, and one of the stages was you had to come across an AK, you had to assemble it and then disassemble it and then put the parts in a trash can and say, because that's where you belong, before you moved on to the next stage. And it may have been assemble, disassemble, or disassemble, assemble, but you had to take it apart and put it together as part of it again, and then put all the pieces in a trash can and say, and that's where you belong, and then you could move on to the next stage of the competition.
Yeah.
So, I support that.
Yeah. So did you weigh in? Did you have a vote there, Komar?
I'll be uncomfortable. I'll roll with the AK.
Oh, wow. All right, so we got 2 for the AK.
I'd buy the lever gun, if it was me. But if I'm looking at it unbiased, I'm going AK.
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%. I would buy the lever gun.
Yeah, that's ultimately what the final question comes down to is which one of these would you purchase, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like if I was, if the money wasn't any different at all, I would get the lever gun.
I want to say, all right, well, let's look and see what the current price is on. Oh my goodness.
I'm
Yeah,
leaning
that's
back towards
over
Kevin.
great.
I'm back with the lever gun.
All right, now let's see if we have do we have a current price on here? Let's see if they have one. PSA's getting all kind of love right now. Oh, it's out of stock. Let's see.
It looks cool.
G4. I want to say it was like $500 when it was published.
Ask Ghost. He's at Ghost. How much was that thing?
Yeah.
He's in the chat somewhere. I saw him.
Yeah, and Chris called him out. He hadn't answered yet. Did he give us a flyby? Did Ghost
There's
just
Ghost
fly by
and
real quick?
Gajost.
Yeah, look at them. They're all in the 500 range. There's one a little over 6. Here it is.
Yeah, they're usually
$599.
Yeah, I
Oh.
was gonna say they're
All right. So we had votes for the AK, but based on like price value, I'm kind of leaning towards this G-Force Arms. I think that's kind of where we are. So that's what you were saying, Kevin, right?
Yes, indeed.
All right, TJ.
Oh, the old Huckleberry. Well, the firearm formerly known as the Huckleberry.
Yeah, the symbol. All right.
Look, I got my coin and everything. I was ready. Just in case.
Just up-homied us. We're weighing in on the category, Ghost, in case you stepped away. Congrats on the new gig, by the way. Ghost Tactical, changing careers. So let's see. The Huckleberry, or whatever it's called now, or the Palmetto State Armory PSAK 47 GF5. Yeah, I think we are swinging towards.
Yep.
Yeah, we have a winner. It's official. Did he say thank you before I announced it? Like that makes it seem like it was pre-arranged.
That was from you. That was from you. That was from you wishing him well on his new endeavor.
Yeah. It's always exciting to see someone step out and try something new. I'm sure he's going to be awesome at it too. So.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be good. All right. Oh, I made that the wrong color. All right. So we've got a few of these done. And so why don't we visit a couple of these real quick that it's already a foregone conclusion. This one we cheated on. Jose Juan did the reviews on these, and they're in some stage of editing, but I think we had a communication error. And he said for 22 long rifles, because that is his wheelhouse, is doing 22 long rifle stuff. The Volkortsen Summit, and let me tell you, the Volkortsen Summit has a really neat action. I said we didn't have any bolt guns in this. We do have a bolt gun. It's this one, the Volkortsen Summit, and it's a straight pull. It's not like the K31 where the bolt rotates as it comes out. It may have some rotation, but it's like a cantilevered lever that you kind of rotate back, and it pulls the bolt back for you. It's really interesting, and a superb rifle. I mean, I've shot that a few times, and it is something else. Of course, he's got the wrong-handed model of both of these.
Yeah, no, that definitely can't win.
Is that true? He may have the correct-handed model of the Volkortsen Summit, but the Ruger 1022 competition is left-handed, and that is also one hell of a little rifle.
It can't win just for that fact. It's wrong-handed
because it's wrong-handed.
Yep.
Well, honestly, it says something that rifle lost and didn't get first, because it is a hell of a rifle. The Ruger 1022 competition. Oh, yeah. It's like, what did they call it? It was like a custom shop or something, which I found funny because, in the guitar space, custom shop means one thing. And I was not aware of any gun manufacturers applying that same type of methodology to their guns. All right. So another one that we can knock out quickly. We only have one pistol optic this year, and it's actually really nice. The Lead Steel Pandora PB3. let's see, that becomes winner by default, being the only one in the category. Rifle optic, the Viridian RFX 45 closed emitter green dot reflex sight. That is like two mouthfuls right there together. That one we're going to put in there. We will have to come back to talk about a couple different. We're going to have to dig into the reviews on these magnified rifle optics. We only had one thermal and one night vision, one set of binoculars. So, we know the winners there.
I only had the one red dot in there. It's waiting patiently.
Yeah. That was a rifle?
Yeah.
Wait a second. No, that wasn't in time. We can consider that.
Yeah, that was.
Okay. Let me go back and find it.
That was before the other two. That one's been in there a while. Oh, see, I like to throw in Jeff for loops here.
Oh, it has. Yeah. Okay, so let me find that one. Meprolite Mepro M22 reflex red dot sight. Oh my goodness. 4.5 out of 5 gears? Really, TJ?
It's the best one I've laid hands on. And I've had a lot of freaking red dots.
I can't believe you weren't more vocal about me neglecting to put that in.
I was waiting patiently, but you were trying to breeze by some stuff here.
Yes, I know. All right, so let me put that.
The 0.5 is because the half a star is because you never need batteries for it. So that's like a winner. Because I don't know how many times I've gone into my safe and went to use the freaking red dot, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
That's the one that made me angry because I wanted it.
It's right there.
Like I wanted to be the one to review that one.
It's pretty nice. I shot one in June this year at a range event. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I had it underwater in the pool. I was looking through it.
I like the one they had before it too. What do you remember? What model that was? The
M21.
I think it was M21, wasn't it?
I think it was.
Yeah. And it's just brilliant, with all of the surface area that it has to collect light, and then it channels it through the light tubes to illuminate your dot. So even in very, very low light, it's
got a little bit of tritium in there for low light situations.
And then they came out with, this is like the new and improved model, right?
Yep.
But the old one was like legitimately battle tested for quite some time.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do them justice by all right, I'm actually going to pull the draft over to the other screen. We're going to do something I never do.
That has a good look at that picture. Look at that picture.
But I want you guys to see that, you know what, we can do it as a preview, so then it actually doesn't look like we're showing a draft, right?
There you go.
I should have done that for the other one.
Fantastic. Look at that. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Now it's big enough that you can see it.
He's like,
can we scroll down and we see the abs or something? Or
yeah. No,
there's I'm not wearing anything below that, just so you know. You don't want to see anything.
Oh darn, I'm gonna have to go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's a heck of a bit of photography you got going on here.
Does chlorine hurt those guns, or is that salt water?
I hope not.
It's that
or bromine. Bromine.
That burned the crap out of my eyes. But it's
wow.
I had that's the front line on there. Like I said, it just had, between all the crap I put it through, it had a little bit of rust on a couple of the nuts, and that was it.
Wow.
But the nut didn't phase the red dot at all.
You're
I was just like, all right, cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I ran it on that, and I ran it on the.
That's one of the brilliant things about having an optic with no electronics in it, is you don't have to worry about, like, what if that battery cover seal leaks?
That's all I want now. That's all I want. I want batteries. Like, you want a threaded barrel for every pistol, Jeff?
Uh-huh.
I want a red dot with no batteries.
For every firearm. Not just
firearm.
every pistol.
Every firearm. No batteries.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
I've probably got 3 dead ones in my safe right now.
Yeah. So I think that's fair. And I hate it for the for the Viridian that was going to waltz its way right to victory
Not that
uncontested.
easy.
And like this is, I mean, it's twice we've had a change because, I mean, it's not poor planning. It's that, you know, we had a turn of events, right? No, well, maybe some poor planning on my part, but
well, and you were sick for a little spell there, you know.
Well, dude, I had so many issues last year, but we don't need to talk about those. We need to make excuses. AJ, oh my goodness, another 4.5 though. Oh boy, this makes it tough.
Light
but
and laser
batteries, so a light and laser. Yeah. I wish AJ were here to defend his 4.5 and make his argument.
What's it going against? What's it going against?
Why is this going against that? I'm on the wrong product.
You're on the wrong dude, Jeff.
I'm on the wrong product.
Have you been prepping for shot? You've been doing a little
I went to the first
stuff?
Viridian. I went to the first Viridian, and it was like, wait a second, this doesn't even look like the right kind of product. Mm-hmm. This is what we're looking at. Okay. Sorry, we're on the correct one now.
Needs batteries. It's out. Sorry.
4 out of 5. Okay, so we have a winner with the Mepro M22 with 4.5 up against a 4.0, which is also a very solid rating for this Viridian RFX 45 close emitter. I've never shot one of these. I'm pretty sure I'd shot that Mepro at an event last year, at least once. But yeah, so that one's settled. I love when we have products that go hard, you know, like I don't like it when it's like a cakewalk to the winner circle. Like this was a little bit of a fight. And I like that. That's one of my goals for this year, is to have more competition when we get to this next year, right? All right, so here we go.
All right, back to the spreadsheet.
Anyone disagree? Speak up now. But I believe, based on the Gears ratings and what we discussed, that we have the Mepro M22 as the winner, and then the Viridian RFX 45 as a closer runner-up than I was expecting.
Yeah, that's a pretty good run. I mean,
yeah,
4s and 4.5s. I mean, that's good.
Yeah. Okay, so
what's our next category, Jeff?
Yep.
We can't read that.
Yeah. So Stephen is our more hunting. I'm gonna go on a limb and say Bullets for Bucks is known more for like bolt guns, high end optics, that kind of stuff, right? Versus like your AR type stuff. I mean, am I correct in characterizing you there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we got a couple magnified, hunting type optics in here, and then one other it's an LVPO. So let's see if we can find those and see what our ratings were on all of these. So there's one of them, and that was page 3. So let's hit page 4 here. Thought we had one on page 4. Nope. And there's last year's Gear of the Year. So that was our stopping point. So I got to go the other direction, back to page 2.
Go on the
all right, here's one. LVPO, a budget LVPO. And I got to tell you,
I like budget.
I'm a sucker for budget.
I'm
right, we got to go all the way back, don't we? Page 1. The most recently published reviews. There it is. The other right, Tom.
I fixed a big beverage for this show.
Well, you have to, because
I need to get another one. I'm prepping for shot, dude. I'm getting fired up. I've already checked it out. I'm ready.
I've not pre-gamed at all for shot.
Oh, you're gonna be hating it. With so many parties we have to go to.
I know. I'm getting scared. We will have more. We have already been invited to more events this year than the last 2 years combined.
I mean, I'm ready. My liver's been primed for this.
I missed it. I missed it. Ghost did chime in, and then I didn't even see it when he said it. Huckleberry Easy, he said.
Oh,
AK, PSA AK versus the G-Force lever gun. Yeah, I think it's nice when the analysis jibes when it really kind of comes in line with what your heart tells you, because you look at that lever gun, it's like, oh my goodness, that's got to be the winner. So it's nice when you get all the data out and it's like, well, okay, we can rationally say that. So all right, what do we have here for the Rayton 1? 2.5 out of 5, which is kind of what you expect. Rayton, if I'm not mistaken, they start out at 1 and then they go up. The higher the number, the higher tier it is, right? So,
yeah, and they've changed their titles about 1 million times on the same optics. That's an exaggeration, but there's some truth to that. They go to an X7, I believe. Last I heard, it used to be an X7. Now it's probably something else 7. But
yeah. So let's stick with the Rayton. So a 2.5 on their entry level model. So this is their budget model that we include everything in the category. We're going to talk about everything in the category because we looked at them. We may as well. We did the so subpar glass clarity, sticky windage turret. Those were the cons, but it's easy to use. And he still calls it an excellent entry-level option. I think that is comparing it to other similarly priced optics.
Yeah, I wonder what it's priced. I don't remember.
Well, let's click the link.
Jeff's going to find out. Watch this.
I've had personal issues though with Raytons.
Interesting. Like 3 to 350, it says, depending on which one you get. The first focal plane or second focal plane. So. Yeah, I mean, Rayton sponsored This Week at Gear Report a few years ago. So we've always liked Rayton. We like the people there. We like the products, but they're no longer a sponsor. Let's see, 4 out of 5 for this one, the Rayton 5 Conqueror. So 5 being a couple steps up in there. He says it is positioned above the Rayton 3 and below the Rayton 7. So it is kind of neat that we get to see a couple in the same Conqueror line.
What's this one?
The Rayton 1 Conqueror and the Rayton 5 Conqueror.
Mm-hmm.
What did you just ask?
I said, what does that one run?
Oh, we are pushing $1,000 on this one. $960 basically, and you can choose MOA or MRAD. So show of hands, who is MOA and who is MRAD? MOA, actually I can't remember.
I'm actually MOA.
Yeah. I think I've never really gotten solidly in a camp, but the last time I really looked into it, I was like, MRAD seems like the math would be easier. So, and I'm a subpar mathematician. So, anyhow,
just like
that, and I want to be contrarian. If you guys say MOA, I'm going to say MRAD. All right, so we got a 2.5 out of 5. We got a 4 out of 5. Where do we think the budget CV Life LVPO, so 1 to 8 by 24, where do we think that's going to come in on the Gears rating? Anyone?
Ooh.
2.
You think?
2 or 1. 2 or 1.
Maybe 3.
3.
That's
You
fine.
think a 3?
Oh, you guys are nice.
I'm going to go for 2.5. I'm going to say.
Oh, it's the Eagle Feather. Okay, I didn't know. I can't see Eagle Feather.
CV Life Eagle Feather, 1 to 8 by 24.
Yeah.
I don't know.
2.5 maybe.
3.5. 3.5. It says.
Oh wow.
So,
Oh wow.
Yep.
I actually have that one.
I couldn't remember what the rating was. But as I got to thinking about it, I was like, I do remember thinking when I published this, I love to see the lower price stuff perform well because the more
We all
budget
do.
friendly it is, the more people can get for their money. The more the consumer wins. So I like that. I like rooting for the underdog as well. So okay, we have an order then. We have the Raiton 5 is going to be our winner, and then we have the LVPO from CV Life, and then the Raiton 1, and that I think is going to be our order of. Well, really, it's just the winner and the honorable mention,
Right.
and then the CV Life is just the
And then
other one that
everybody
got
else.
consideration. Yeah, that's the everybody else category. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. All right. So Raiton did well, taking home a win. All right. And then drop that here, and the other one can stay where it is. Okay, so let's we'll talk about one that we only had one thermal this year, which is a shame. I think we only had one or two thermals last year. I really would like to get some more thermals coming through.
We all
And
would.
we've had a number of people talk about, oh yeah, we'll get a thermal in your hand, and then it just hasn't
I think
happened.
that was probably my fault, Jeff, since we took that epic picture and everybody's seen it, and they're like, we're not going to give them any more thermals.
The greatest picture ever.
The greatest picture ever.
If you have not seen it, I'm trying to think, where would it be to show people? I may have to. All right, who was that? AMG. I think it was AMG, wasn't it? Or did that get published? No, that got published at Fire Expo,
there
right?
It is. Yeah, it was Fire Expo.
Oh yeah, yep. There it is. That I think is one of the greatest pictures ever to advertise a thermal. You see the white hot at the end of the cigar, and then someone whizzing. And you can see where it's hot. So
indisputable.
I'd pay for money of that. I would definitely pay money for that.
They would have. So if you hadn't heard the story,
it's a great story.
The director of marketing for this company, I showed him this picture. So we were staying at a range in Florida where in the background you can see my military tent, and then I had 3 Humvees that were absolutely decked out. This is the heaviest we have ever rolled to any event. Like, I showed up with legitimately almost $400,000 worth of Humvee because they were like so obscenely decked out.
Yes.
And then my little military tent. And after everyone left at night, we slept in the tent and were, there with the Humvees. And what is it? AMG Global Vision let us borrow a couple thermals, and we just played with them. So we got pictures of the heat coming off of a Humvee that hadn't run in a few hours. You could see heat still coming off the engine block. And then the grill. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good demonstration. The grill. We showed all the different modes here. One of the other Humvees with a little bit of heat coming off the engine. I thought that was a pretty good write-up. So then the outsourced from like somewhere that English is their third language starts sending me notes about you can't use that image. And she's acting like she's a bigwig at the company. You can't use that. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, we got permission from the head of marketing. No, you can't use that. Well, come to find out, she was afraid that because she's the one who asked us to write this article. Little did she know we were already had this article in the works. But like, okay, fine, we'll publish that. She was completely freaked out thinking she was going to lose her job, when in actuality, her boss's boss had given us the thumbs up already and said, that's the greatest marketing image I've ever seen for a thermal. So, yeah.
It's good
Yeah.
times. I
So
love
you
it.
would think that based on this, I mean, I think this is a pretty good demonstration of it. We did some
Yeah.
a little bit of work here on those images.
We were in
Next time,
after-
next time I want
I
to see
think-
a fart as it's, taking place and the heat coming off the butt.
I was trying to
That'll-
work on it. It just couldn't. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't
Like you said,
materialize.
Half a second later, we'd have captured that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
The
ran around for a
problem-
couple hours trying to find any kind of animals up in the woods and stuff like that. It was
That was neat.
it was fun.
One of the Humvees had a thermal camera system for forward and for reverse built into it. So we drove around. That's another funny story. As we drove around, TJ got out, and the thing's so loud, I didn't even realize he got out, and I drove away.
Yeah.
He had to kind of run me down to get back in. But anyhow, yeah. So X Vision Optics Impact. Let's find that. We'll go back one. Because back before the search.
Winner by default, huh?
Well, yeah, but it's how it is that I didn't make the rules, which is a lie. I did make the rules.
You did make the rules.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
You can change the rules too. So.
I change the rules often, as you may have noticed. But nonetheless, this how it works.
4
if
and 5
Brian-
is still pretty good though.
You can't. What do they say at the casino, TJ? You can't win if you don't play. That's
Yeah.
how it is. You want to win a Gear of the Year award, you got to have your gear in here. Otherwise, you got no chance. But 4 out of 5.
Yeah, it's
And this one that AJ did, AJ's got some other thermals and night vision stuff, if I'm not mistaken. And for $3,000, it may not be one of the big name brands that you're used to, but he was really happy with the performance. I mean, look at it. That pops right there. I wonder if we can make that bigger. That we lost a little resolution when I zoomed in on it here, but as far as have a reasonable resolution, but
Definitely
really
see
good
where to
color definition for the thermal, like that's pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, you got a couple. Oh wow, look at how look at the contrast on that. That I think that's very functional, and even better that it is at a $3,000 price when the competitors maybe twice or more than twice that.
Yeah.
So while it may have won by default because it had no competition,
it's still a winner.
it still looks. This looks like a legit award to me, based on AJ's experience with it, what he rated it, some of the images we've seen. I'm comfortable with this. I don't want to just willy-nilly award things, but I think that performed well enough to earn it. If we have a product that is only one in the category and it wins by default, but it got like a 2.5 or a 3, we may have to just give them an honorable mention.
Nuke the category. Sorry.
Yeah, nuke the category. Right. Let's talk about something
I gotta get going. Sorry.
All right. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you.
See
Have a
you.
good night.
Yep.
See you in a few days.
Yeah.
Couple
All
days,
right.
Jeff.
Let me see. How are we doing? We have crossed our hours. We got to pick up the pace. All right. Streamlight, TLR RM2, TLR 7 X USB, and Viridian C5L. I'm going to give you my prediction that the highest rating is going to be the USB version of the TLR 7. But let's look at those real quick, and we will hopefully we'll be able to just go with the Gears rating and not have to dissect these any further. So, but one of them, one is clearly a pistol. Light. All right. Did I not click that? There we go. This category, by the way, is weapon light. I think I forgot to mention that.
You did.
The TLR RM2 is rifle mounted. So it is a bigger, bulkier light. And let's see, what did this one get? 4 out of 5. Yep. I think I've got one of those. I don't have the laser model. I think I have one of these. And it's a little hefty, but it's durable. I've had it for quite a while and it just keeps working. So not surprised that was rated well. And let's see. Here's the TLR-7X. Let's see where that rating came in. I'm surprised that is just a 4 and not a 4.5. So we do have a little bit of competition going on with this one. And then
I got the coin ready if you need it.
Well, I already know if we just get to pick between the two, which one I'm going with. And I already have that other one open, right? The C5L. All right. And no, that one's a 4.5. Okay. I called that completely wrong. And these were all by AJ. So they're all by the same person. I think that
there we go.
I think that just says it. All right. Viridian, I did not expect, based on the it's probably not fair to say I didn't expect them to win because I don't know as much about them.
I've dealt a lot with the Streamlight.
Yeah, we've done so much with Streamlight. The TLR-7 is a very popular 7X. I think stepped it up a little, but then adding the USB charging capability, I was expecting that to win. So, but hey, you got to respect the author that reviewed all 3 of those. He rated the Viridian C5L higher, so that's a solid win for them. All right, congratulations, Viridian. I don't. Is that may be the first win they've had of a Gear of the Year award?
Yep, it is.
All right, we will show very quickly. We will get a look at the night vision from was it X Vision, I think. But because it's only one in the category, we're not going to spend too much time on that one. X Vision Shadow Series. He says it's a mini viewer, and I think that means this is the type that has the little screen inside. Yes. And I am super curious price-wise where this comes in. $150. So this is clearly, I'm having a little trouble giving the night vision Gear of the Year to $150 viewer. We may have to just eliminate that category because that's like, I'm going to call it budget. I can live with it if we call it budget, but I couldn't look like even an old school PVS 14 in the eye and say, yes, you lost to $150 smart night vision. Yeah, it's just a camera with a display, right?
We get it from Temu.
Right. That's how I'm going to handle that. I can live with that. Okay.
Yeah.
And let me step off and see if I have something right here.
Old Temu and TikTok as your supplier for your NVGs. I don't know if that's the best idea ever.
Yeah, I mean, for a budget standpoint, how can you go wrong, right? So we had the Maven C1 last year, I think, was in the running. I should have looked, I am super curious now. Did we have a binoculars category last year? Yes, it was Primary Arms took the win last year in the binoculars category. I think it was the year before that we had a Maven C1. This time I've got the Maven C3, and I was super happy with these. I got these before I went on a cruise to Alaska where we did whale watching and all sorts of other stuff where we were out on boats of various sizes and types, looking at different types of wildlife, and nature and buildings and all sorts of other vehicles, everything. And they did absolutely superb. So there we go. We have
there they go.
yes, winter happened to be by default, but they're also I'm super happy with these. I also had a pair of Lucid Optics with me that were maybe more performance for the money, but they weren't as good. They just happened to be a whole lot cheaper, so they came out okay there. All right, here's one that we have to figure out. In the bipod category, we have two to look at. So let's see if we can find those. And maybe it comes down to what type of bipod you like, because I believe that they are a little bit different. Let's see. That is from AJ, and I want to say Caleb had the other one. All right, got to keep scrolling and find it. Thought we had it there for a second. One more. There we go. All right, so it's AJ on both of them. That's going to make it easy if we have one with a higher rating than the other.
Oof.
Oh, and we do. The Odinworks Prism Precision Bipod has come in second place with a 4 out of 5 gears, which is super strong. Like you, and this honestly, I think is the type that I prefer in my experience.
I like the Odinworks.
The rigid legs that kind of click into different angles, and then they've got the extensions on them. That is the type that I like. I have an Atlas bipod that is similar, but doesn't have this pivot. Man, I'm looking at this bipod thinking that is dead sexy and has all the functional things that I like. It is amazing that it is not taking home the win. That was the Odinworks Prism Precision Bipod, but the Spartan Precision Equipment Javelin Pro Hunt Tac Bipod, that is a mouthful. That came in a little bit higher from the same author. And he liked the simplicity and the craftsmanship. I think it's probably a little bit lighter as well, which makes a difference when you're climbing around the mountains. AJ's out in the Pacific Northwest. You can see the kind of terrain that he's shooting in, where that lightweight and flexibility means a bit to him. It is significantly light. It's like a pound lighter. The other one was what, 1.7 or 1.8, something like that. 1.74, and this one is either 7.6 or 8.3, so it's almost a pound lighter. So that, I think, probably has a lot to do with why he liked this one just a little bit better. All right, so
there we go.
Yeah, I got to pick up the pace. I apologize if I get to where I'm not given some of these as much time as you might like, but
everybody here knows how you are. It's fine.
Thank you for understanding.
Let's see. Good.
So another one. So one that is uncontested, Steiner TOR-X laser sighting with integrated Manus X. If anyone knows anything about me and us and the history of GearReport, we have always been huge fans of anything that is Mantis X.
Yep.
Which is funny because when we first met them and they talked about what the Mantis X product did, I was like, that's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard of. But then I used it and was like, oh my God, I've made a huge mistake.
Yeah,
absolutely amazing. Yeah. So I must be on the next page because I didn't at the bottom. There it is. Yep. All right. So what do we got here? Also from AJ, laser sighting system with the integrated Mantis X, so you can actually get a little bit of visual representation of your projected point of impact combined with the data readouts of how you moved your firearm. So 4 out of 5 gears. We love Mantis, so it already had a step up on that. Easy to install, or straightforward is the word to use. It's got a 520 nanometer 5 watt or 5 milliwatt rather green laser built in along with the Mantis. It's like what could you not like on this, right? So to me, that's a solid win. Even though it was uncontested, I don't feel bad about that at all. That is taking a good product that we like and adding something to it, which I think is pretty good. I'll tell you about a couple that we're not going to discuss because this is more of a firearms crowd and audience. The Gossamer Gear, the 2 backpacking tent, ultralight backpacking tent, and the Osprey Exos 55 Pro, not quite ultralight, but pretty close to it backpack. 2 amazing products that both take home a Gear of the Year award from Camping Gear Report. Let's see, the Insta360 Ace Pro. As someone who carried GoPros for years and years, to switch to an Insta360 and to give the Ace Pro a win over any of the GoPro stuff or DJI or any of the other cameras out there, that's meaningful to me. And then in the budget guitar category, this is as close as we're going to get to Guitarmageddon. Again, I don't want to give it lip service because this is meaningful. The Donner Hush X is a travel guitar that also has electric guitar pickups and is just all around. Blew me away for its at the price point it's at, how well it played. So very versatile physically and sonically. So let's see, Kevin, in the gun storage category, we have an article by Kevin entitled Gun Pegboard Review. Yeah, I was hoping you didn't check out on us because I hadn't warned you.
So freaking excited for this one.
I hadn't warned you.
He was scrolling through TikTok while he was waiting.
I only heard part of that, and the part I heard sounded a little not safe for kids around. So there we go. So we have the gun pegboard review. Kevin, you want to talk about why did you give it a nearly perfect 4.5 out of 5 gears?
Well, if you'll see our gears rating explanation right there to the right,
Right.
it'll show you.
Listen, Jeff wrote it. He knows.
It'll show you that this product performed among the very best in its category.
Whoa.
Best product in its class and price point.
Yeah,
as compared to some of your gun walls and your tactical walls and all the other products on the market, the gun storage. What's that?
Just throwing it out there. The pegboard from Lowe's is cheap. It's like $15.
Oh, it's dirt cheap. Yeah, it's $15 a sheet. The tactical walls. There's Gallotech. That's one I was really thinking of too. Okay. Here's what's awesome about this product, though. Okay, you can use your standard pegboard pegs on these freaking walls, as well as like their heavier duty. Let me see if I've got an image that shows those. Good.
So it's got slots and holes?
Yeah, it's got slots and holes. Okay, it's got vertical slots that are absolutely solid.
Slots and holes.
Yeah, scroll up a bit.
I know something like that.
It's got slots and holes.
And we're moving on. Moving on.
Scroll it.
Quarter-inch pegboard pegs. I don't see the image that I was really looking for. But what we have with this thing, okay, these pegboard panels, they're made in Tucker, Georgia. Okay? Yeah, and if you grab one of the Yeah, if you grab one of those links for the hook pack, right? The one that says hook pack, go ahead and open that one up. And on there, there you go. Now click that side. You see how those things lock in those vertical slots?
Yeah.
Yep. So this one is all slots, this board, but the ones that I have slots and the standard pegboard holes.
Slots and holes.
Yep. And these are absolutely solid, right?
Nice.
They're not going to pull through. You can put a ton of weight on them. They're 20 gauge steel. Okay. These are 20 gauge steel. They're 10 times stronger than conventional pegboard.
So if it's steel, you can throw some magnets on that thing.
Yes, you can. You can totally put magnets on.
Interesting.
So if I had some gun magnets that are intended to be screwed to a wall, and then throw your gun up on the magnet, you can just throw that straight on there, and then throw your gun on that.
Yep. Go back to that photo, Jeff.
Which one?
To your right, one more. That right there. Do you see how they're? Nope. Go back left one. See how the edge of this is rolled slightly, right? It's offset. So with this design and this construction, it's actually already offset from the wall.
Right.
Right. So you can get your pegboard, you can get your slots behind
attach
there,
it straight to the wall,
and attach it straight to a wall.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Let's go back to the review. Let's see what other photos I've got on there. Where to buy? There's my AK. And do you see that magnet on the left? Gun pegboard magnet.
Nice. That's what that is.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
All right. You made a pretty solid case for this.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Absolutely solid construction on these. Do you see what I have for cons? You see that little pile of white mounts? I accidentally screwed up. This wasn't a con for the company, but it is for the individual assessing these and purchasing them. You have to make sure you have the right color. I had black ones and I had white ones, and I freaking wasn't paying good enough attention. And I contacted the company, and they're like, no problem. They sent me a label. I shipped it back to them, and they sent me brand new ones.
Nice.
Of the right color.
Wow.
So,
all right.
Yeah, and you see the end result, right? This gun room was the end result of that.
Yeah. Yeah, and we can put you on full screen here for a second.
Look at it! Look at it! Gun pegboard!
Nice.
All right.
I actually upgraded the bar. Go back to it one more time. I upgraded the bar infrastructure as well. Check this out. Right there. This is my bar area. I've got 2 galvanized panels, and I've got my scotch and my bourbon on one side. And up here on the top, I've got my mead from Honey Heist Mead Co. in Illinois. And
that has slots and holes too.
It does. These are the galvanized steel panels, and then these are like a black stainless steel shelf. So,
I like it.
That's
very, very cool.
Are those shelves stuck to it magnetically or in the slots?
They go in the slots.
Right. I have some shelves similar to that are magnetic that I have stuck against a tool bench. So they might have been the same things.
Very cool. And so I was extremely happy with these. My first design, I was going to stack them right next to each other and just have panel all the way across the wall. And you'll see what I ultimately ended up doing. How I've got separation. I've got some space between them. Yeah. Spread them out and then give them space to be able to drop some of my stuff.
Yep.
So
that's what I found. I've got in my gun room, I've got some gun panels, and I did not enter them in the competition because they're just standard pegboard. I knew they weren't going to win. So,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And while I've already got the screen, let's do our patch of the week.
Nice.
Are we ready? Are we ready for a patch of the week?
Fine. All right. We can do patch of the week.
Yes. Patch of the week. All right. So this patch comes to you from Kick Ease. Okay. And it's glow in the dark. And it's freaking cool.
That is cool.
Nice.
Little Space Force.
I like glow in the dark stuff.
Space Force character there.
Nice.
How cool is
That is
that?
awesome. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Very, very worthy of Patch of the Week status, in
Right.
my opinion.
I have the Space Force people right down the road from me.
Yep. So I'll be back on the hunt for some really kick-ass patches at SHOT Show next week. So you find anything really cool, let me know.
I'll tell you.
You'll find it before I will.
Yeah.
Probably. All right. So the other competition in this category from our friends at Streamlight, a mechanical lockbox. So this is the gun storage category. And it got 4 out of 5 gears. And I think it's neat because you don't have to worry about electronics going bad or a battery going bad, but it's limited. It'll only hold one item, one firearm, and only a pistol size. So I feel safe saying, while I like it, I think that gun pegboard is that's where going by the ratings and overall what my feelings on it. That's where
I
I'm
would buy
leaning.
the gun
What
pegboard
do you
before
guys think? Yeah. Pegboard.
I
I feel
support
like
that
those are two different
decision.
categories.
But
Definitely I would
maybe,
lean towards the gun pegboard way more than the.
Well, what that Speed Locker portable, what that thing reminds me of is the stop box. Have you guys seen that yet?
Yeah. Yep.
Where it has that same thing, that manual action, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have never personally held one of those yet that I remember. So I've seen them. I've seen them in advertising, but I haven't been able to play with one yet. But the downside, I think, to the stop box versus that product is that the stop box is like a polymer, right? If you really wanted to get into that, you could with a hammer. Where
I can get into any of those. I'm gonna throw it out there. I can get into any of those.
This is a high impact polypropylene.
Oh, it is polypropylene, so that's also a polymer.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have tools and know-how.
This is more of a keep the kids from getting to it accidentally than keep someone from stealing it.
Right.
Yeah.
There was one a while back. It wasn't one of these, but I remember there was a thing about it where if the thing experienced shock, parts would move around enough where all you needed to do was give slight rotational pressure to the opening mechanism and just bang it on the top, and it would cause things to jump and it would come right open. And that was a thing. It wasn't either of these, but it was a There's been some wild stuff on the market.
Yeah, that sounds a little troubling.
Yeah.
All right.
Gun pegboard. This was one of my favorite reviews of the whole year.
Yeah. I was hoping that you would be here to be able to talk about that because I had a good feeling going into that. Oh, I thought that was on page 1. Maybe page 2 is where I'm going. We had an uncontested winner. The only first aid medical type item that we looked at this year was an interesting tourniquet.
Ooh.
And maybe it was on the 4th page and not the first page like I was thinking. I knew it was at one end of the spectrum. If we can find it. Maybe you'll just have to take my word for it that it was there because I'm not seeing it right now. And now it's troubling me. I want to find it. It's a gripping programming we have here. You watch me scroll back and forth.
Flip through GearReport.
Imagine how good this is in podcast form.
Yeah.
Seriously, where is it? It's got to be on the first page where I thought it was to begin with.
I don't know.
And you can see I have published things, right?
Where to get first aid thing, didn't I? There it is.
Oh, right here. Jeez. From Caleb, Stat Medical Life Force Tourniquet.
I just saw
it's different than anything I've seen. It has a little ratchet mechanism built into it, which I think is kind of their claim to fame. He gave it a 4 out of 5. He is not a medical professional. He has not played one on TV that I'm aware of. He says it's not a medical device. I called it like a first aid. Maybe I called it medical. I don't know. It's a tourniquet, you know. And I think that they
With
were going for
ratcheting action.
Yeah, and that I'm going to put Komar on the spot here, without calling him out too specifically. But what do you think about this?
I would need to check that one out specifically. There are a ton of different tourniquet options on the market, and but before I would want to comment, especially on the record like this, I would want to take a good hard look at it. Now, from what I'm seeing there, the fact that there is a mechanical ratcheting mechanism, that speaks highly of it. The biggest problems that you run into is getting them tight enough. And there's all kinds of them, the tourniquets on the market that will break before you get them tight enough to actually occlude the arterial blood flow.
Gotcha.
And that becomes a problem. And people think they're helping, and nah, dog, it ain't like that.
Huh. Yeah, either it works or it doesn't, right? There's no, you tried.
Right.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. I appreciate the perspective there. All right. So let's see. We have one more.
I would definitely be keen to check one out, though, because it is an effective tourniquet is a great tool.
Yeah. So let's see if we can go quickly because we are well over our projected time limit. We have we really only have one to figure out here. And why don't we just look at, this is the AR parts. I was going to call it accessory, AR part of the year. From Break Arms, the RG2S M-Lock handguard, their Warhammer Model 2 charging handle. I think my vote is going for the Stern Defense Rab Ad. Do we call it a stock or is it a pistol brace or is that undecided? Depends on how you use it, right? Stock adapter. Yeah, a 35-degree offset mount from Viridian. Obsidian Arms 3-gun Thunderbrake compensator, which I'll be honest with you, greatest compensator in the world probably isn't going to win the vote from me in this category. Right. But this is how it works. We talk about all of them, right? Yep. Oh, here's some gun parts. Live Free Armory LF308 matched receiver set. We're getting stiff competition in this very wide open generic category. CAC Industry 8-inch 300 blackout barrel.
Ooh.
So
a lot of parts.
Right. Which ones do we want to look at in more detail here to help make this decision?
I mean, the handguard was a good handguard. The Warhammer charging handle, Yeah.
Let's check out that charging handle.
It was good. Yeah. The Stern Defense one was neat, but it's I don't know. Yeah.
You did that one, right?
Yeah.
See that?
All it does is let you make your AR shorter.
Yeah.
Without having a folding stock on it.
Yeah,
which is cool.
That was that QD stock adapter, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool, but it's like you can still get crap in the ends and stuff like that. I would just have same with a folder, but at least the folder everything's connected. That one's 2 separate parts.
Yeah.
I mean, the only good thing is if you had several of those, you could change out your buffer tubes and you can put different stocks on if you wanted. But
yeah, interesting.
What kind of experience did you get with that charging handle?
It was decent. It did what it did what they said it would do. It let off just a little bit of gas. You could feel just a hair at the end, but it didn't. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, it was fantastic. It's good.
Yeah, that's always
Well, I
a
mean,
real,
it's a charging
big
handle.
question.
It's a charging, but it's a charging handle.
What
You
do
know,
expect out of it, right?
there's only so much you can do to it. I mean, if a little bit of gas
Yep.
comes out the ass end, which I liked, because I've got a bunch of suppressors now, so it's nice. I shoot everything suppressed.
Oh, we're seeing lots of 4 out of 5s here.
Yeah.
Now, listen, I'm not saying that
No, listen,
anyone
I
is
base everything on price range. You know how I am.
4 out of 5. Look at that. Everything. You're not making this easy to figure out. 3.5 out of 5. Okay, so we're going to drop the CAC Industries barrel out.
Drop the CAC.
Drop the CAC. All right, so I'm going to drop the charging handle because
All right.
it's a charging handle.
All right.
So M-Lock handguard, honestly, part of the year
It's a handguard.
it's a handguard, an M-Lock handguard. I think we're really down to the Rabad or the Match 308.
I mean, if I had to pick something, as far as neater or something like that, the Rabad. I mean, a matched receiver set was cool.
Yeah.
And it performed well and it was tight. But
yeah. Which would you buy? I think that's a question I'm going to ask all of you. Which would you buy? The rapid buttstock adapter that lets you remove the buttstock and buffer tube for storage, transportation, whatever, or a really nice
matched receiver.
This is a billet, right? Yes, a matched billet DPMS pattern AR-10 receiver set that did great once you put it together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It fit tight. I'll throw it out there.
That's harder to find these days.
I started spraying and I was like, all right, we're good. And then we've got to put it back. I'm like, ooh, a little too thick here or there.
A little snug.
Yeah. You got to be careful.
From the duty coat, huh?
Yeah, well, that's what I experimented with the duty coat on. So some of those pieces had a couple coats on it.
I would lean toward the AR-10 setup, but
really, okay, fair enough.
As opposed to a quick detach for the buttstock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a vote from Komar. Is that your vote, TJ?
I mean, if I was to buy something, I'd buy the matched receiver set. Yeah.
Well, right. That's the question. Is what would you buy?
Oh, matched receiver set in a second.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as neat as the stern, defense, the Rabad is.
Yeah.
I would still just, I would, I hate to say it, I'd rather have just a folder.
Sure, I hear you. I would buy the Rabad.
Yes.
So Kevin gets to decide: is it 3-1?
No pressure, Kevin.
Well, I'm gonna take the unpopular opinion here because out of all of those things, what would I purchase today?
Yeah.
Can you go back to the list?
I mean, out of all those things, what I would purchase would be
yes.
We're down to 2.
Yeah.
And I could afford the charging handle. That's what I.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing.
That's what I can afford right there.
I would probably get the charging handle before I'd get any of those other components right now.
Huh.
All because I do a lot of suppressed shooting, as you know, and I want to see it. And I want to fire it, and I want to see if that has any kind of gas reduction over other products, right?
Yeah.
Just a hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It said it had a little bit.
A little bit.
So if I had to purchase one of those things today, I would buy the charging handle. So I guess your Rab still wins because it's 2 against 1 against 1.
Yeah. Well, I think
2 against 1 and 1.
Yeah, it was 2 of the AR-10 set, right?
Yep.
Yep. So there we have it. So we have and then we got to figure out what gets second place. Let's see.
All right, so we nuked the receiver set out, Komar. Then we're down to What?
That leaves you the Rabad or the charging handle.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I would do the quick detach then.
Yeah, I'm down to the Rabad too on that one.
Yep. All
Okay.
right.
I'm all
Jeff,
right with that.
And Jeff likes it too. So, bam.
Yeah, that's all that really matters. Huh?
Just like no, I don't
that.
want it for second place. I want it for first. I want something else for second.
No, that's
Just throw off the whole thing.
Listen, if I wanted to just decide all these myself, then it wouldn't be done live, you know?
I know.
All right. So now we're finally to the category that's going to ruffle feathers.
Oh,
okay.
No.
It's the only one left. And let me get my paint format here. So I can
is it GearReport Personality of the Year?
I can declare AJ Kunis as the writer of the year for GearReport. We've never had a writer of the year before, but this year we had actually a lot of people that contributed, but AJ took it to another level. I was really hoping he'd be here to hear this, but I'll have to clip this out and send it to him. Who am I kidding? He's going to watch the whole program, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So he really stepped it up and took it to the next level. And he made a lot of commitments, especially at SHOT Show last year. And I was nervous whether he would actually get them all done. And he got them done quickly and even gave me a hard time often about how come they're not published yet. So that's
I would
what you
never do that, Jeff.
You harass the boss, you become writer of the year.
Yeah, I would never harass the boss. Because he picks where we stay every year at SHOT Show, so I don't want to piss him off.
I think we did okay this time, but we'll see.
We'll
see in a couple days. All right. So, all right. Any parting thoughts, you guys? How do you feel about the process this year? Was it a complete shit show, or do you feel like, this is all right?
It wasn't as bad of a shit show as last year.
Yeah,
I like it. Excellent work, Jeff.
We're streamlining the shit show now. It's better. We're getting better with it.
Yeah.
Excellent
We did.
Work.
I think this is probably the longest we've taken, but we had a lot of categories, a lot of things to talk about. So thanks everyone for all your contributions this year. And let's see if there's anyone still out there. I hadn't looked at the chat in a few minutes.
We're just here for the paychecks, Jeff. I mean,
look at that. We had hello from Canada, a new subscriber, echoes of the past para history. Interesting. Welcome. Let's see. And that was someone else made a comment that had nothing to do with this. Chris from 740 talked about the TLR7 USB is such a badass light. I kind of agree with that, really.
I agree with it too.
I honestly expected that to be the weapon light of the year. So, I mean, that'll tell you right now. This isn't rigged.
Breaking hearts, see?
Because if this was rigged, then it'd just be everything that I wanted to win. So
that's what I figured you would do. Because that would be funny as hell. We show up and we're all like, all right, awesome. Jeff's like, all right, here's a winner. See you.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, you know how you can improve this for next year? You make the cell selection the hyperlink to the product.
And I thought about doing that. But you know when I thought about it? I thought about it when I was like down here. I was like, why? Because I was literally taking extra time to copy them and paste them up here in the cell so that I wouldn't get the link. I was taking extra steps to not get the link.
That's your improvement for next year.
Yep. We need to have a suppressor category next year.
Yeah,
indeed.
Yeah, I thought we were going to have it this year because I actually agreed to accept a suppressor or two. But
I'm going to do some because I actually bought 4 of them, so I'm going to just go ahead and do the reviews on them, whether the companies like it or not. Deal with it.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for your participation. We will. I'll get a note out probably tomorrow or the next day to all the brands, congratulating them on their wins in the Gear of the Year.
Fantastic
award.
products.
We can make the rounds and talk to some of them at SHOT Show. and I will yet again promise that there is some sort of award en route at some point, and then probably fail to deliver on it.
Eric will be like, "Where's my one from last year?" He'll be like, "You're
Yeah.
just stacking them up. It's fine."
Yep. And if I had time, I would pull out the laser engraver, and
Shot's like 2
I
days
would
away.
make some awards. But
I mean, I'm leaving Saturday morning. I'll be there Saturday by lunch.
I have other things have to be done before we get there. So
Nice.
So it's not going to happen. There will be no plaques distributed this year, but maybe that's the other improvement for next year is we have some like real awards made up and actually present them to people on Tuesday morning so everyone sees them the whole SHOT Show. I think that could be cool.
That would be better.
Yep.
Little shameless promotion on our end.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. All right. Thanks, everyone. Kevin, we'll see you out there. Komar, I have mixed feelings. Like, I get that you have family commitments and things, and I'm proud of you for doing that instead of going to SHOT Show, but you suck also.
Yeah. I'll probably go next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. TJ, I'll see you out there in a bit.
See you.
Chris, we'll see you as well.
Yep.
I wonder if Chris is bringing his mini-me with him this year or not.
Maybe. I don't know.
I thought I'd wait. I said that, and then I'm like, crap. Now I got to wait and see if he answers. Poorly planned. All right. One of the things I'm going to do before we get out there is shave all the gray off to see if I can. Trim my hair
this year.
Try to make it look like. Wow! Look at that. Try to make it look like I'm not aged quite as much as I am. So we'll see how that goes. All right. With that, I think we're done. Thanks. We will not see you next Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And hopefully
there might be some live snippets of us though from SHOT Show.
Yeah, we're going to be posting a few things here and there. We'll have a bunch of videos when we get back that we'll post. We're actually going to shoot more horizontal, longer form interview type videos this year. Maybe probably some more shorts as well, like more than we have done the past few years. Yes, and let's see if we can set up some brands to come on, and we'll do. We're going to turn this into couple seasons, 2 or 3 seasons of This Week at Gear Report, with episodes focused on specific brands or products or discussions. And we'll start that up a week or 2 after we get back from SHOT. So we'll probably not do it. We won't do it SHOT week. We probably won't do it the week after SHOT. The week after that, we'll
be sick.
We'll start the season.
Because everybody gets sick after SHOT Show.
Yep. So that's what you can expect. Thanks, everyone. And we'll see you at SHOT Show. Are we pointing? Are we waving?
Are we doing it?
I forgot what we're supposed to do.
Are we doing it?